So far this morning, your temperatures as we get started, 55 degrees in Sacramento. This afternoon, your temperature will get up to about 50 degrees. Right now, we're starting off in the valley with temperatures in the low 40s. But let's take you outside live. We've seen this area of low pressure start to develop. But with this system here, we're not looking at a lot of precipitation. It's going to be fairly limited.
We're tracking the latest conditions, Natasha.
A very impressive system indeed. We want to take you to Titan HD and show you exactly what we're seeing on the satellite radar imagery. Well, you know, you can take the smokers off campus, but it's a little more difficult to take the addict out of the smoker. And while Mercy Hospital is trying to make a healthy environment, neighbors are saying, not in my backyard. After being in SeaWorld's care for nearly 3 weeks, it's healthy now and it's ready to get back to life as usual. But for the weekend, I know a lot of folks trying to figure out, you know, can I get up the mountain? Can I get back down when it's time? We'll have the answer for you coming up in just a second. You're looking at a live picture right now. Out from Stockton, we had a nice, consistent rain this morning, but we're starting to let off here. A light drizzle in the West Sacramento area at the moment. Now you're looking at Stockton. Hey, we got some blue sky out there. Isn't that nice to see finally? For a change. I know we've all been waiting for it. But we're going to have kind of some ups and downs here in our weather forecast for the next 5 to 7 days. Right now, your temperature in Stockton is 57 degrees. Same story for you in Sacramento. Marysville, 55. We have 57 Oroville, 50 in Auburn. And now those temperatures in the mountain areas starting to rise. So South Lake Tahoe now up to 37 degrees. So instead of seeing snow hit the ground there, they're starting to see a mix of rain and snow. Winds pretty light overall as you get out of the northern San Joaquin Valley and then up to Sacramento. West at about 8 miles per hour and west at 7 in Marysville, west at 12 in San Francisco. Looking at Titan HD, this is your current picture. We have a few snow flurries left just south of Highway 50 and plenty of rain falling right now in Sonora. We'll start to see that change and kind of move off to the east. Here's the big picture for you. We've been focusing a lot on the rest of California while they've been getting hammered. We're talking about seasonal rainfall totals within a day for places like San Diego. And as we take a closer look at Southern California, we can see they're still getting hammered. More rain for the Southern California region through tomorrow. But overall, Christmas Day looks to be a little bit of clearing for everybody. We'll get to that in just a second. But this is what we're watching for. The next ridge of high pressure starts to build in behind that trough that we're dealing with right now. So with that comes, guess what? Sinking air creates a cap over the valley. So we're talking about morning fog as we get through tomorrow morning and again Friday morning. But then as we move into the weekend, we're watching another trough of low pressure start to push in behind this ridging. So as we get to late Saturday night and into Sunday, here's that next trough just waiting for us. So it looks as though Sunday, if that's your travel day, you could run into some snow as those snow levels will be dropping as we get into the weekend. Highs for today in Sacramento, we're expecting to only stay pretty much at 55 degrees. Auburn 51, Grass Valley 46, Yuba City 55, and southeast winds at about 10 miles per hour. So as we check out that all-important 7-day forecast, what's in store for us? Well, depending on which direction you plan on going if you are leaving town. Again, today we're pretty much watching those showers wrap up. It'll be the mountain areas that look to be a little bit on the snowy side here, at least through this afternoon. And then tonight, we start to see everyone get a break. And then we get into Friday, Saturday. Those will be our transition days into another wet pattern. And then Sunday, it could be a mess for us out on the roadways. Again, snow levels dropping down to about 3,500 feet by then, a dramatic difference from where we are today at about 6,500 to 7,500 feet. Good morning to you. Let's take a look at your current temperatures as you step out the door. Temperature in Sacramento 55. We have 59 San Francisco under cloudy skies, 51 Santa Rosa over there. Visibility down to about 1.5 miles, 56 in Modesto, and this morning in Auburn, just 61 degrees. So looking at your satellite image over the last 12 hours, we've still been under this ridge of high pressure. But look at this nice big fat low right here sitting offshore, waiting to make its entrance into the northern portions of California. Chance of rain for us as we move into Friday evening. but more likely as we move into Saturday afternoon, Saturday night, into Sunday morning. So here's your futurecast heading into Friday evening. Again, watching that area of low pressure kind of help break down that area of high pressure we've been pleasantly enjoying all week long. So temperatures will drop down. Again, chance for rain best for us as we get into Friday night. And we're looking at a second wave coming through Saturday evening, giving us perhaps measurable amounts of rain. And then, of course, we'll be getting back to sunny skies. Temperatures overall tomorrow, 85, Thursday 85, Friday dropping that down to 80, 79 Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, back to the mid to low 80s, mostly clear skies, overnight lows in the low 50s. We'll send it back to you. You know, fire season is definitely here. You can feel it and you can smell it. And though we haven't seen many large-scale wildfires this season, that doesn't mean it's safe to let your guard down. At least 3 brush fires in Vacaville and 1 near Williams, all sparking near freeways, remind us it doesn't take much to spark a flame.
We had some precipitation, we've had cooler weather, but these north winds that we're starting to see actually bring the fire danger back up. The conditions are dry. The grass is extremely dead.
Low humidity and, of course, dry conditions, along with the high winds, the perfect formula for fires. So with high wind warnings and red flag warnings issued all the way from the Bay Area to the northern Sacramento valleys, firefighters are going to be very busy the next couple of days. And of course, we've been checking out our wind speeds averaging between 4 to 5 miles per hour. But the occasional gust reaching up to 21 miles per hour.
The number of wildfires this year is pretty in line with last year, but the acreage is significantly less.
Compared to the wild Bering Sea, commercial fishermen here have it pretty easy. We linked up a local crab fisherman with those from the deadliest catch. Watch as they compare notes. Alaska's ruthless Bering Sea. San Diego. Waves towering over 50 feet.
Watch out. Hang on.
La Jolla swells 2 to 3 feet.
The ocean's heaven and hell, like this close together. 1 second is heaven and the next second is hell.
Longtime local fisherman Lauro Saraspi has a healthy respect for the ocean and knows Southern California cannot compare to the stormy seas of Alaska.
You don't even go out the Mission Bay jetty when it's rough, when the surf is 3 or 4 feet, 5 feet high. And up there they fish in 20, 30-foot swells, waves. And it's amazing. I mean, there's just no comparison.
Lauro and his son Andy are not just fishermen, but avid Deadliest Catch viewers. But when you talk to the captains of this reality show, they say the cameras only catch a portion of what really goes on out there.
When you start watching in April, you're 6 months behind what we did.
Even with all the camera crew, dog and pony show, these captains remain true to their roots, as humble as can be.
Everybody makes such a fuss about us wherever we go, and it's certainly gratifying to get the recognition, but also, you know, I'm just a fisherman, and that's all.
So we're just crabbers. We're not actors. We're just guys.
While this is a TV show to us, it's still a job to them, a job they rely on to bring in cash. So what's the future of crabbing in Alaska?
I'm a little worried we might be over-harvesting the king crab, but we'll find out when we get the next survey.
You can take the smokers off campus, but it's a little more difficult to take the addict out of the smoker. And while Mercy Hospital is trying to make a healthy environment, neighbors are saying, not in my backyard.
There were 3 of them out here. They were like smoking in my face. And I tried to get their name tags, and they said they tucked it into their blouses.
Joni Pope Ferry is allergic to smoke and tired of Mercy Hospital employees and visitors using her neighborhood as a smoking lounge.
They made, as of January 1, Mercy Hospital non-smoking, so they're healthy, so it makes my house unhealthy.
Mercy Hospital made its entire campus smoke-free as of January 1st. And Joni lives next to Mercy Hospital on 41st Street. So when people go to light up off campus, the public sidewalk in front of her house is a common spot for smokers.
We've hired attorneys. Steve Cohen's office, Sue Brown and Steve Cohen have been very good to us. They come out and they try and intervene.
We have ongoing communication with our staff about being good neighbors and smoking off property not adjacent to neighbors' homes.
But neighbors say they've seen an increase in smokers on their streets since the Mercy no smoking policy changed.
People have a right to smoke, but of course it bothers me in my neighborhood. I think that Mercy should have like a designated smoking area so that they're not standing in front of people's homes and smoking.
The industry standard for all hospital facilities is to be a smoke-free campus.
Neighbors around Mercy say the hospital should create an isolated smoking area, just as Sutter Memorial has done with its smoking zone on campus, far enough away from the hospital and neighbors. But Mercy says its hands are tied.
They are using public sidewalks on their private time, and so our ability to intervene is limited.
And now Joni says she offered to sell her house to Mercy, but because of a city council resolution, the hospital can't purchase any more residential property. So all neighbors can do is hope that people just stop smoking. This Harbor Seal pup can smell freedom in the air. He spent the last 3 weeks under SeaWorld's care, and now he's well enough to go back to the wild.
Harbor seals tend to be a little more solitary. He's actually a pup from this season, so he probably pupped out in January or February, so he is a young guy. He knows when we're coming with the fish. He gets right in the pool and starts eating the fish really well, which is great for us because that lets us know he's ready to be released.
Nearly 3 weeks ago, the seal was rescued at Children's Pool in La Jolla. He was living with a strand of fishing line around his neck and hook in his mouth. SeaWorld says his wounds were not as bad as they could have been. They treated the pup with antibiotics to prevent infection, and now he's in good shape.
He wasn't here very long either, so we're good. A couple pounds, so that's good for an animal this size. That's always encouraging.
So encouraging that even the dolphins were standing by to say a final farewell to the pup. Now with the seal in the transport container, we're homeward bound.
This is the most rewarding part of the job right here, what we're doing today.
On the way out to the Point Loma kelp beds, we waved to some friendly faces. All the while, we're anticipating the big release. Sometimes I catch myself looking at the seal, wondering if he knows he's going home. In just a moment, this harbor seal pup is going to be released into the Point Loma kelp beds. After being in SeaWorld's care for nearly 3 weeks, it's healthy now and it's ready to get back to life as usual. Cautiously, he wiggles his body over the edge, and he's in. He gave us a good chase, swimming fast, as if he knows this place like the back of his flippers. Every so often, those beady eyes would surface. I bet he thinks this is a game, disappearing like a marine mammal Houdini. Eventually, we had to say our goodbyes, comforted by the thought that he's home where he belongs. Natasha Stenbock, News 8.